Okay, today we're going to make Little Whimsical Bird. It's a great kids project. We've made this at our ceramic summer camp at the Ceramic League of Miami. So we're going to start off by making the pinch pot ball. Start off with a block of clay. The easiest thing to do is to make it into a ball. And cut it in half, 2 equal halves. Then you're just going to make pinch pots out of them. Cup it in your hand. And this is the easiest way for children to get 2 even pinch pots. If you start off with one ball, cut it in half, and just squeeze. Don't let them get too thin. Going to keep it fairly thick on the sides. Children can cup it in their hand, push their thumb down, pinch. Remind them always to keep their thumb in the middle and not to do this. This way you can keep it on a nice shape rather than pulling out the sides too much. Check to make sure the sides are even. Flatten down the bottom. But it makes it easier to cup them together when the sides are even and flat. I'm going to score the edge, both sides. Stress how important it is to score. Use slip. Place the two of them together, so they can cup it in both hands, give some pressure. Now you can do it 2 ways. You can make a small coil to go around. Score the edge where the join is. There's a little bit of slip that's come out from the join, so that's actually made it moist enough. And you're going to score the coil too. Apply that around. It's best to use a little wooden tool at this point to pull down. Now these little birds can be made larger, they can be made smaller, make whole families of them. We've done them both ways with the children at the camp. And we find from 7 years and up of age can cope with this project. I do recommend, if you have a group of children, to pre-make some extra little balls, because if the children have a little bit of difficulty doing it, at least they can start with a pre-made ball. Now you have this. Now get the kidney. Get the children to, if they're using a metal kidney or a plastic kidney, try and get them to keep fingers on the outside, thumb on the inside, and bend it a little bit. And this way you've got the curvature of the ball. See the curve? These can be a little sharp for the young children, these metal ribs. I prefer to work with them. And then they can get their finger and they can smooth this down. You want to spend time on getting it clean. Okay, so that's the little ball. Now we're going to work on making the little face and the eyes. We're going to make the eyes. So again, you're going to start off the ball of clay. Make one ball. And cut it in half. Put it on the little piece, see if those eyes are a little big. So cut them down a little more. If you start off with one ball, you can get equal size eyes. Okay, once again I'm going to score. I was just dipping in the slip and scoring it on at the same time. I'll put the eyes fairly close together. I'm going to get another piece of clay. I'm going to roll a flat piece. Just going to squish it down a bit. This is going to be the eyebrow. This is going to be the brow up here. I'm doing this part here right now. And this is where you're going to get the expression on the bird, is the way you do this part here. You cover part of the eye. This bird looks as if it's lost, as if it's looking for somebody. It's a bit of a worried look on his face. What I do is I just pinch the center here. And this one's going to have the same sort of expression. Just going to score a bit under here, both sides. Now with the kids they can do different kinds of expressions, but it's all in the eyes, so get them to figure out what kind of expression they're going to do first. Smoothing down the edge. Going to trim away a bit of the end. Now if you move this down, you would have an angry look. This is going to be this way. Okay, now I'm going to do the bottom lid. Get another little coil. So now I'm doing this part along the bottom here. Once again, I'm looking for an expression on the face, so I'm having him so it's got a little lost look. Push the clay down again. I want it fairly thin. Just going to trim the edge a little, sharpen the edge up. Once again, I'm going to squish here, because it's going to come in, and I'm just holding it up and I can see that it's going to be too big. So I'm going to trim off some more. So you want to get the kids to look at the piece on without slipping and scoring first. So have the eye like that. Okay, so I'm going to score a little bit under here. Put some slip on. Now with the younger group of children, you'll find that things don't look anywhere like what you've shown them, but it just allows them to get some sort of face going for a I'm just going to come in with a tool, wooden tool. Once again, I'm going to push that down. So now you have this. I'm going to come along and clean up the edges. I use the end of my little scoring tool, little round tool. I'm just going to push him for his eyes. So now I'm going to do the beak. I've pre-rolled clay and cut out little triangles. So now we're going to make the top beak here. And so I'm just going to lay it up on here to see what I want. The important part is on the triangle, the part that reaches the face is going to be a little bit of a one like that. Got a curve on it. So it's too big, so I'm going to cut it down a little more. I just cut out a whole bunch of them at the same time. I cut a strip and then cut a bunch of triangles and then come along and alter it to the size of the bird. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm putting a little bit of a curve on it. Just like that. Score it. Just slip. So I put some slip on here. It's a good way for the kids to know where to slip and score and mark things. I put some slip on here. I put it on to where I want it to go, like that, and it leaves some slip on here. So now you know where you're going to score. Once again, you're going to come along. They're going to come along, and you're going to squish those edges in. Clean those up later. And you want to come in, either put a coil in here if you've got time. For time's sake, I'm just going to come in and pull it in. Just clean up my finger. Just going to do his little nose. I actually want to have a bit of a smile, so I'm going to pull up the sides a little bit. Now we're going to do the bottom part. Now we're going to do the bottom lip here. This one has a little bit more of a pushed out area, a little cup. So I'm going to actually make this piece a bit smaller. Once again, you're going to cut that curve like that to fit around the round part of the bird. And once again, I'm squeezing this and it's causing it to get a little curve on it. Cleaning the edges. Once again, I'm going to score, put some slip on it. I'm going to place it. Now it still has a little too big, so I'm going to actually come in, cut the edges off here. I want to come on the inside of the beak and here. Again, you can put a little coil underneath with some little piece of scrap clay. I sort of wrap it around this top part here. Now you'd spend more time and clean it up a little bit, but for time's sake I'm just going to miss those parts. Okay, so here's your little guy. You can move his mouth around, do some expressions. It's the fun part, is making each one a little different. Now for the feet, that's all it is. I cut out little triangles again, just like this. I come along and I just, you don't want to make the feet too thin because then they're going to break very easily. So I'm just doing it just like that. So you don't want the toenails too thin, that's the point. Cut this one off, a little too long. Like that. Now I just add some little lines here. Looks like the little knuckles. And I just actually use the end of my knife, which has got a little triangle shape on it. I come in and I just push there, and that looks like a little claw. And we're going to slip and score this. This is the feet. So it's 1 foot. And depends what posture you want them to have as to where you're going to place the feet. This one here, I have them looking quite high up, so the feet are coming back further. And I have them on a little bit of a tilt. So he sort of looks at you with this wondering look. Actually, I do want this one here to go back a little further. So he is looking up at you. And then just quickly cut out another triangle. I pre-roll all my slabs just so I'm prepared. Things are all at hand. When I make these, I make several at a time. Because I also sell these. Again, I just cut out a triangle, then I just cut out the 3 little toes and pull them in. I'm going to do the little knuckles. So now he's looking up at me. So when someone walks up to him, he's got this look in his eye. Will you adopt me, please? Now, you'd spend more time cleaning up on this here. For the wings, I just carve in a little bit. I don't add the wings. So after I'd cleaned it up, I'd come along with a tool and I would just do his little wings. So then the glaze can settle in there. I glaze them with crystal glazes for the bodies, and then for the beaks I glaze them in a low fire glaze, usually gloss glaze, orange, black, brown, terracotta colours. I do the feet in brown, and then the eyes are in a white. I do it in a white gloss, black in the centre, and then I also, before it dries too much, if it's a pinch pot, you've got to remember you've got to make a hole in it so it doesn't split. Now I'm going to put I'm going to make my holes up here because this is where the feathers are going to go. And I put 3 feathers. I put 3 holes. 1, 2, 3. Just there. I'm going to put a tail in them. This guy has a little tiny tail at the back here. I go ahead, I put him down to see where he's going to sit. And then I come along. So I can put a little tail on there. And there's my bird. Have fun. Remember, if it's a kid's project, give them the basic skills to be able to do this, but let them create their own piece so they can do their own expressions. The fun part is letting them do the creation. You just show them the skill in doing it. Okay, have fun. Hope the projects turn out to your satisfaction. Thank you.